Afternoon everybody, nice back here again, and today I have got another inbox review for you, and today we're going to be looking at Italeri Wessex UH.5. So this is the 40th anniversary of the Falklands War edition. This kit's been out quite a while, but it's the only one in 48, so it's the only one I'm really going to build. This one comes with 4 schemes, which we'll get on to in a minute. So actually, I'll just show you in there. So some nice colourful schemes. All right. So what I'll do, I'll put you on overhead and we'll get cracking. So here we are, the instruction book. Okay. We've got a little bit of a write-up in English, French, Spanish, Italian, Dutch, I think, but I'm not 100% of Dutch, or German, and the Netherlands, so that would be Dutch. Okay. So let's get cracking. So straight away when we open it up, we can see we've got the sprue maps, and we have the colour call-outs in FS numbers and Italeri colours. I don't use Italeri, so I'll be using the FS number for the different colour call-outs. So straight on to the cockpit. This has got some photo etch, so we've got some photo etch harnesses for the pilot and co-pilot seat, which then go into the fuselage, and there we've got the 2 seats going together. We've got the cargo or the troop carrier part of the aircraft. We then move on to where the rotor goes together, just there, which then goes into the back of the cockpit, and the cockpit slots on top of the cargo bay because the pilots and whatever sit slightly higher, well, they're like on another level. We then move on to the fuselage, where we potentially need holes and stuff like that put in there. The cockpit and the cargo bay, troop carrier bay, then goes together, pieced together. Have the belly going in, the nose with the instrument panel going on there. Okay, we have a little bit of plastic net to go in because on the front there it was a grill which goes into where the engine sits. We then go through and we go on to where the exhausts are. A decal for over probably heat shielding or something like that. The canopy going on and the wheels and other bits and pieces. Looks like we've got a little bit of weight on wheel as well. And then that's just the reverse of the other side. Before then we move on to putting some other little lumps and bumps all over. Windows going in on both sides, forward or backwards. Before we then move on to both of the rotors. So we've got the tail rotor and the main rotor there with a little bit of photo etch getting placed on the top like so. And then we come on to column decals and the actual markings. So we've got one from Royal Navy 874 Squadron from the Falklands 1982. We then have a Royal Air Force number 84 Squadron Italeri Cyprus in 1987. Royal Navy number 771 Squadron Cludros 1987, and this is a blue-grey screen, so that scheme, that one I showed you. And then we move on to Royal Navy Farnborough 1982. Okay, so that's the instruction manual. Moving on to the actual plastic, not many sprues here. So this is sprue B. Okay, so sprue B, and we've got the nose section. We've got a bit that's fallen off, which is just to bear with me 2 ticks, which is this bit. So it's the mouth sort of section where that grill goes. And as you can see, we've got some okay detail. It looks a little bit soft to me, if I'm honest. but that can be deepened with a scriber. Onto the side of the nose, a little bit more refined on there. That's a lot better. What looks like one of the doors maybe on there, and then we've got the troop carrying seats just here. Some nice texture on there, and some other odds and sods all over. Then we move on to the main fuselage. So we have the cockpit floor, I believe, or yeah, I'm sure that's the cockpit floor, or is that the seat? Well, I don't know. Well, I'm sure I'll find out when I build it. The troop carrier seat floor, and then we move on to the main fuselage. Okay, which is a little bit weird. Okay, so we've got texture in places, but then in places it's quite smooth, like there. Texture, and then that's smooth. All right, shouldn't be a problem. Okay, again, not the best detail, but again, this is quite an older kit. Okay, we've got the other fuselage half there. The grille, that's actually quite nicely done. Okay, I think that's that sits up here behind the propeller, or the rotor, should I say. Inside, might have to fill some of these parts in here, but it's something I'll be looking at. The rotor platform, so that will, yep, so it was the roof, that bit is the roof, okay, and then we've got the rotor that sits in that part there. Next up, we have two parts that are exactly the same, so two screws that are exactly the same. So we have two propeller blades, the main wheels, some seats on there, the exhaust, like I said, and again, some nice detail. Nothing to write home about, okay, but it's all there. It can easily be enhanced with wires or whatever you need to do. Okay, so that's really nice. We've then got, like I said, we've got a bit of photo etch, so we've got some seat belts, we've got the grille, we've got the instrument panel, and I'm assuming there's on the decal sheet will be a colored decal to go behind that. Okay, turn it over, and that's the mesh I was talking about to go on that nose grille. Before we move on to that, we'll move on to the clear parts. Really nice. So I don't know whether, I'll have to remember, I can't remember whether this central one here is meant to be painted or whether it's meant to be clear, because if you can just see that, it's also slightly frosted, so I'm assuming that's going to meant to have been painted or meant to be painted, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I've not flown in one of these for over 20 years. Okay, and then we move on to the actual decals. So these decals are printed by Zanichi Bruscato in Italy. I don't know anything about them. But looking at them, they look really nice. Okay, really quite nice they are, and I can't see them going down without any issues. So there we are, Italeri Wessex in 1/48, and again, like I said, there is a fly Wessex in 1/32, and there are multiple 1/72 ones, but in 1/48, this is it. Okay, and I do know this kit's been around a while, but you know, it is what it is. I think it'll build up okay. It might take a little bit of work. I don't think it'll fight me at all when I get round to it, but I think it'll go together really nicely. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.